Thank you for coming out. What do y'all think? How many of you were at our meeting back maybe September, October in the administration building? Did you think this was possible then? Great job. I want to thank Derek because, you know, after the meeting, we had our second meeting, and we discussed some of our plans, and we said, well, we're going to try to get the building ready for basketball season in January, and everybody was like, I don't know if we can do that. But Derek and his team just did a terrific job. They came in here. The floor was just finished last week. I'm sure you still smell the varnish. But I think they have done a terrific job, and this is only the start. I know at our next meeting we're going to appoint the committee that will be considering what to do with the rest of the building. But I think this right here is a great way to start. I want to thank, before we do the ribbon cutting, I want to thank a special lady who is no longer with us, but I think she played a big part, and I know she played a big part in convincing me of the value of this building and what it meant to the community, and that was Patricia Keel. And when we had the budget meeting last year at about this time, and we discussed the setting aside the funds for the building, I made a point and I said, well, I think it's great because while this building was, the original school building was built to keep the races, or to separate the races, maybe we can look at ways that we can renovate it to bring everyone together. And she corrected me. She said it wasn't built to separate the races, it was built to keep them separate. And that is a very big distinction. It's a big difference because in the end, this building provided African Americans, Guzman African Americans, the first opportunity to really get a high school education in a building that was paid for with their own tax dollars. Because up to that point, in order to get that education, they had to get it through the church or through schools that they paid for themselves. So it was a huge victory, and I think because of that alone, I think it deserves for us to make sure we do the right thing going forward. Those of you that have volunteered to be on the committee, we really appreciate it. I think it's critical that we get the input, and I think the fact that we're here today shows the value of citizens paying attention to what goes on in the county and coming to meetings and making sure that you're involved in county business. Ms. Dixon, who was a big player in this as well, because I think, you know, we kind of come to her with ideas, and I had some ideas, and you guys have a lot of ideas, and she's the one that said, here's how we can make it work. She couldn't be here today because she had a doctor's appointment, but she asked me to convey her good wishes to everybody, and thanks. I've mentioned Derek and his team and the great work they've done. They're pretty amazing. You know, our parks and rec folks hold a lot of activities. I think last time we talked about the timing, I think the gym was open or not busy as long, a couple of hours a week, 1 hour a week. So somehow or another, they keep all these programs going with a very small staff. So without any further ado, I'd like to go ahead and do the ribbon cutting. And I'd like to ask, and by the way, we have, for your information, we have all of the members of the Jerusalem Board of Supervisors are here. I'll look down the way, and I have from District 1, Susan Ascolan, who is, we just elected to be chair of the board. The the first woman to be chair of the Bushland Board of Supervisors. Next to her is Ken Peterson from District 5. Up against the wall in the back is Mr. Minnick from District 4. And Mr. Creasy was here bright and early. I think he had to step out, but he's here as well. All of the members of the Parks and Rec Advisory Committee, would you raise your hand? These guys also play a huge role in our program and in getting the Parks and Rec in the right direction. Ms. Vasquez, would you like to come up and I would also like to maybe have some of the folks who are going to be on the committee. Ms. Anderson, would you like to come up and help us do the ribbon cutting? Seiko, how about coming up as well? One other thing that I'd like to announce before we do the ribbon cutting is the first basket in the newly renovated gym was scored by Luke Rasher. I tried to remember because it was number 15, then I realized there were two number 15s on the team. So not the right one with the glasses. So would you, do we have a second? Is there a photographer? Yep, come on to this side. Would you like to say anything?
I'd just like to say I'm really proud of this process, and it's so exciting to have this gym open, and it's the perfect example of what we can accomplish when we all work together. So thanks to everybody that was a part of this.
And we are working as a team to do it, and whatever we do, and to make things work, we need to our part. Okay? Thanks everybody on the lot for coming out. All of you that's been coming to the meetings and all.
Thank the county officials for listening to the community in terms of what they felt was needed. And I'm just going to give my ribbon to my neighbor who said she was the head of one of her graduating plans.
I don't have anything prepared, but I would like to say that this has been probably the most rewarding process and project that I've worked on in 5 years here, to see this building come back to life and to see the positive impact that it's having on the entire community. And I want to thank the board for that opportunity and the community for that opportunity to be able to bring this building back to life. So I hope you all enjoy it, and look forward to seeing you all out here.
When that will be the end of the ceremony, but if you like, Chicken Egg Productions, which has a kitchen across the street here on Oakdale Road, has some samples and stuff in the room next door. So please stop by there on your way. If you want to stay for the basketball game, the kids would love to have this kind of an audience. They don't usually get this, so please, you're welcome to stay. Thank you all again.